Welcome to Vestaangelstarot Incorporated. This is going to be a Vesta scope for August 23rd, 2021. Hey, y'all know I don't be on social media like that. I told you before, especially right now, I'm kind of like in hermit mode or whatever. But still, even when I'm not, okay, I don't really be on social media. So I so happened to, because somebody DM me, a family friend, on Instagram, and I see the crate challenge, right? Y'all have lost y'all mind. I'm just gonna tell you like that. You have lost y'all mind. Just because I said Mars and Venus and Mercury was in Leo, fifth house of creativity, that is not what I meant. Okay? That is not what I meant. When I said find something creative, do some type of creative endeavor or project, that is not what I meant. Okay? You got everybody in the world doing some darn type of crate challenge. Gonna end up with a broke arm, a broke neck, broke leg, broke back. Oh my goodness. Okay. Please, hey LJ, girl, go look it up on Instagram or Facebook or something. You're gonna see it's gonna come up. You're gonna see no feed somebody doing the crate challenge, and then it's mostly their neighborhood, and then you got people, hey E-Baby. Oh, I'm sorry, E-Baby, what's wrong? Yeah, LJ, it's not just memes, it's a real challenge. I didn't know anything about it. And my daughter's not very well right now, so usually she'll send me a TikTok or something like that for me to watch, something that she's been laughing on or whatever. So like I said, I just so happened to see this about 20 minutes ago. I'm not surprised, okay? I tell you, with Mars being in now, it's just like people are getting that energy, that challenge. All right, so too many things at once, but taking it one day at a time. Yeah, E-Baby, me too. I try not to really tell y'all thing that's going on with me, because who wants to tune in? Okay. Who wants to tune in to me and hear everything that's going on with me, right? I'm here for you. So I understand. Just like you have gotten through other things in your past, okay, you also gonna get through this. All right. You wouldn't be where you're at now if you didn't already go through other challenges, problems, trials, and tribulations, and got through those. You're still standing now. Okay. So make sure you just remember that. Okay. All right. I hope this is more positive energy as a message that will come out. Y'all know I don't choose it. Oh, it's no need to thank me, E-Baby. 11th house, good. Aquarius, hope, wishes, and dreams. See, just what I was saying, E-Baby. Do what you are. Get through the stuff you need to get through now, one day at a time, like you said, right? For your future. You got to have some type of hope within yourself, because if you don't have hope, who have it? Okay. No family member, no lover, right? No best friend, nobody in your community, no neighbor that you speak to every day or every other day or whatever. None of those people are going to have hope for you the way you should have it for yourself. And as you continue to try and maintain that hope, well, not try, as you continue to maintain that hope, it's going to automatically turn into a wish. Okay? It's going to turn into a wish. And the reason or how it turns into a wish is because the hope also contains faith. It contains hidden faith. And when it contains the hidden faith, that wish is automatic. Now, it may not be a huge wish fulfillment when we as readers talk about wish fulfillment, but it could be something small, because all of it is a test to faith. Remember, you're a spiritual being, okay? Living a human life. And this is also for you, LJ, right? Let me see. I feel for you, LJ, this freedom of this phone interview, or the interview, is going to give you the freedom for the long range. It may even be a small stepping stone. It may be something lesser than what you were making. It may be something totally different that you're going to or that you're applying for. But all of it is not a completion. You have to remember that everything that you do and every type of challenge that you go through, from one job, one relation, living in one house or apartment, moving from one job to another relationship, okay, moving to another type of job or a career, all of it is stepping stones. Quit going into everything thinking that it's going to be the end and the completion. Is nothing is completion. Everything is a trial and tribulation for you to complete. And then we all start again. That is your life journey. That is your life path. Okay? Nothing is complete until you ascend over. So if you take that out of your mind frame, where that society has set where you must stay at a job for 20, 30 years so that you can do this and do that and retire with a gold watch and a 401k plan. No, get out of here. You can go and build your own 401k plan through your own credit union. You don't have to stay on one particular job for 20 or 30 years. You have to change your mind frame of thinking. And we talked about this before when we see the Hierophant. It's not only about the marriage when you see that card. It's about a higher learning, right? It's about a higher spiritual learning because you are a spiritual being. And as a spiritual being, you must learn not only how to live a human life spiritually, okay? That's where the trials and tribulations come in and where it comes from. Because this is a new experience for all of us as a human, okay? As a human. So when you look at it like that, when you participate it like that, or participate in it like that, when your frame of mind changes, your whole sense of your spirituality or spiritualism changes. Also, your human, what's the word I'm looking for? The human way that you will expedite or do things in your life will also change. The way you look at people, the way you deal with people. Okay? Because it's like you will always stay in your higher frame of thinking. Oh, really, LJ? Oh, wow. Well, even if you did stay in that position for that long, I'm not accusing you, or I'm not chastising you. Let me say that. I'm not chastising you. All right? It's just that literally that's what we're all trained to do. Okay? But you're more spiritually awakened now than you were back then. That's what I was just telling E-Baby. Okay? That the trials and tribulations she's going through now, she's been through some before. We all have. But that's what makes, okay, her to be able to stand and be the person that she is today and have the strength, the tenacity to see even these trials and tribulations through. Because even when it's darkness, it's still going to be light. Because why? Darkness is just the absence of light. So there's really no darkness. So also when you change the way that you look at darkness, that is always light there, then the way that you feel through your trials and tribulations will also diminish. It will demise. You won't put so much energy into it. The more energy you put into feeling of your trials and tribulation, the more darkness that you will also keep giving that energy to sustain to you. Instead of just going with the flow. Anything that goes up must come down. Anything down gotta come up, right? Let's see what cards we're using today. Sixth house of Virgo, where Venus is, right? She will be moving very soon out of Virgo, moving to her natural house of seventh house of Libra, where she will feel much more enthusiastic, much more beauty, charm, loving, caring, nurturing. Right now, Venus is feeling very challenged in Virgo because she's having to work. That also pertains to your circle of friends. That also pertains to the people who you associate with. This is why you're feeling, for some of you, very torn between the freedom. It's like you're yearning for a sense of freedom. It don't matter whether it's in a job or a career, long-term career, or a job. It could be a relationship. It could be in your home. It can be some people are graduating or just graduated from school. Okay, going to the next phase of whatever type of schooling that they want to go to, or the next type of degree. You got some children that may have just graduated from high school and they have a sense of freedom. Everything that, hey Stagner, everything that they have associated themselves with for the past 4 years, their circle of friends, right? So now their question will be, what are they going to do for their future? Do they still will sustain and have that sense of hope within their self, keeping the faith? And if they do, freshly being graduated from school, right, then that can turn into some type of wish fulfillment for them. It could be like a degree, an associate's that they can start at, right, or going to the bachelor's, or some of them coming out of high school, going first into college. Same thing with switching jobs or a career. It's all about right now, who are you associating yourself with? Taking a closer look at it. Because some of you are realizing that your friendships, the people that you associate with, the jobs that you're in, it's a full-time job. It's a full-time job keeping your friendship with that certain person, with those group of people. Okay, the people you have to associate with being in your job or at your job, right? In your sense of career, dealing with the public, dealing with your employees, even if you're a boss of your own company. Venus also, like I said, hey, naturally, that too, association with children's father and mothers. Okay, it's not just always the fathers that are not there, right? So everything is a full-time job. That's kind of what the channel message, what I started with, is still leading into the same thing. Everything is a full-time job. Raising your children, going to work, dealing with your circle of friends, the people who you associate with at the corner store, in your neighborhood, all right, your neighbors, the people you grew up with, your family. So right now with Venus is really challenging you is, do you still want to keep working to keep this friendship, to keep this marriage, to keep this love relationship, the living situation? Do you still want to associate yourself with your children's father or your children's mother? Because you already know they have been doing a little at a time. Some of you are being more of a friend than that person is being to you. You're being more of a father or a mother to that children or child or children than the other parent is only doing a little at a time or nothing at all, when they should be doing a full-time job. So you also are questioning yourself, what is good for you, or what is good for us if you're looking at a partnership or a marriage or a living situation, okay? Or if you're a single parent, raising your child or children, what is good for us? And you're saying that as a parent over your children or your child, all right? Because you have to feed them. You have to continue to plant more seeds so you can harvest them, right, in the future. The same with your relationship. And there go Capricorn right there. So we are also talking about career. It's all about your goals. Right now, a lot of you are doing the day-to-day realities, going to work, working from home, going to the grocery store, doing some errands. Some of you may begin to work on some creative projects. And I don't mean the crate challenge. Oh my gosh. All right. So right now, I feel that a lot of you are about to plant new seeds into a dedication and begin to focus on something new, whether it's something in your home, something dealing with your children, your own business. Okay, you're about to launch something, products, website, getting all of that together. Yeah, natural. I was talking about that at the beginning of the when I first came on. Also, some of you, like LJ, may have a new job interview. I feel that you're going to get it. Okay. The 11th house of wishes is already here. You're about to focus on something new because it's time. It's time. Okay. So let's move on, because I don't want to spend too much time on that. And you're also going to go back and forth with this certain person or people, or even to yourself, about what is it that I want to do next. Right now, it's not really the time to work on relationships. It's time to work on yourself. Okay? That's the energy. And if you go with the flow of the energy, things will work out better for you. Never try. That's why I keep always talking about the planets and what house they are in. That's the so much difference of Vedic idea than Western astrology. Remember that you are all 12 houses, okay? From first house of Aries to 12th house of Pisces. You're all 4 elements of this earth. Water, fire, earth, and air. Fire, water, air, and earth. All 4 of those elements is what is built up in you, what creates you, what you're made of. Right? And if you continue to look and learn that and move within yourself like that, things will be much more easier. That's why I always keep talking about the planets, what house they're in, whether you believe in it or not. I'm still giving you the proper message, okay? Because you're seeing the energy that I'm saying playing out. So how can I be wrong? Because you're all 12 houses. From birth, first house, to death, 12th house. And everything between 1 and 11, okay? You live as an everyday life, 365 days. So when I tell you that Venus being in Virgo, it's time for you to get more creative when it comes to your health. Finding new ways. Some of you could be using more new beauty products, more trying out different vitamins, trying out new herbs, or concocting up some type of, concoction when it comes to mixing this herb and leaf or whatever together. Okay. As a type of supplement. Some of you also could be trying new things from your nature store or natural store. It could be new facial or all natural facial products that you're trying. Okay. And also, like I said, Venus being in Virgo, you're getting a checklist or a health checkup of your love relationship. Also your friendships. Also, 6th house of Virgo is your job sector. So you're doing a checklist on your job sector on really what you want to do. Some of you want to leave one job because you need, or you're craving, okay? You're craving a sense of freedom. And however you're craving that sense of freedom is coming from something that is, you're phased out of that. Let me say it like that. You phased out of that. And some of you keep keeping yourself in the same situation, making yourself and making things in your life more challenging when the universe is telling you to move on. But you hold on to it like, well, I've been there for 45 years. I can't leave. Why you can't? You phased out of that. You have learned everything you need to learn in that job. All right. For however long you've been there, as a new skill, the association with the different people. Okay. Also learning how to more, even better, manifest your hopes, your wishes by having hope and faith. All right. Some of you have started to slow up in that type of job or career that you were working at anyway, because you only started doing a little at a time. But when you first got there, and the first 1 to 5 years, the next phase, 5 to 7 or 5 to 10 years, that was mediocre, right? I know what I'm talking about. I've been working since I was 15 and I'm 47. And I've had so many jobs, but I have a large skill set. Whether I take one skill set that I learned and I take it to the next. And then what I learned there, I take it to the next. And I keep building and building and building and building and building on it. That's why when I get into another job, half of that shit I already know how to do. But I might not have no degree in it, but I know how to do it. Does it look good on a resume? No. Are they still going to hire me? Yes. Because it also shows the experience. It's all about society want to say, where, hey, Pauline H., because they are not awakened, and you must do, Pauline H., what you need to do for your path, not somebody else. You know, it's hard to break the chain of what society wants to see you like, which is like them. And when people like me and you, because you also tune in to me, you're very much more awakened or is awake, and they're not. So they want you to stay in the same darkness. I was telling E-Baby, they want you to stay in the same darkness that they are. Because that means that you're moving on in your journey and they're still going to be stuck there. It don't matter whether it's the actual spouse or his or her family or whatever, or people or best friends that y'all both associated with. It's like how, you remember how when you was little and you had that one friend that you would always go outside with, or 2 or 3, a group of friends. And I know when I was little, everybody used to come and knock on my door and come and get me to come out, right? Like I was the center of attention, not wanting to be, but I was the creative one. So they wanted to play with me as association of a friend, because I was always coming up with futuristic ideas or creative ideas to play and to do outside. Okay. And that entertained them. It also made those children at the time use their mind and their creativity, which was different and made me set apart from the other kids that they didn't want to play with, because you could say that they figured that they was boring. It was the same old thing that they wanted to play, which is like the masses. When you're a star seed, when you're a light worker, when you're getting more into your gift, into your knowing, all-knowing high priestess, or the Hierophant, right? The magician, the creator. When you're stepping into all those roles as you, as a spiritual being, living a human life, you are going to be set apart. And people can't reach out and grab and hold on to you anymore. So they're going to doubt, they're going to talk down, and they're going to feel like you're leaving them. When I moved from my best friends when I was younger, and this was like between 7, 8, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, right? The kids was upset that I was moving because it was like a light was being taken from them, because that meant that they would have to go back and play with the other kids that they had stopped playing with. Because I was doing things out of the ordinary as creative outlets when we would go outside and play. When I would tell them, y'all, my mama would say, yeah, y'all can come in the house and play. And I was being fashionistic with the Barbie dolls and creating dream big homes before the company Barbie, not sponsored, was even building those big dream houses, right? That was part of the vision that I had. Already being a light worker, a star seed as little, but I didn't know nothing about what that was. But other children also would pick up in that, or picked up in that inside of me. The same way with the people that you associate yourself with right now. The employees that you deal with, the people in your neighborhood, your next door neighbor, the person who you're married to or living with, their side of the family, right? They already see you different. And then most of them would start to talk down. Well, you're not good enough for my son anyway, or my brother. But yes, I was, because I took your brother or your son to another level, spiritually, emotionally, lovingly, in this home, in this apartment, in this house, financially. They're just part of the masses. But I believe, and I know for a fact, once you're gone, they're going to miss you and wish that that brother or that son would have gotten their self together to be able to have held on to you. That's the thing that you need to realize. Not picking up on the energy, well, why don't other people feel good that I want to separate from that brother or that husband? That's not the energy that you need to be concerned about. You need to be more concerned about yourself and what is your journey next. Because why? The person that you're separating from, they're got to walk their own path, whether you're there or not. And that codependency, and I do feel that it's some there, that's the end of you for that cycle. I know most likely that when you got married or living situation, whatever it is, that you wanted to be with that person eternally. But it's no such thing as eternity when you're in a human shell. So at some point in time, it was going to separate anyway. Will you still have love for that person? Yeah, even though you separated from them. That don't mean that you don't love them. The love will still be there. I just can't physically in this body live and be with you in this companionship. And that's what you need to say. Just like that. Clairvoyance. We talked about this yesterday, right? Make sure you go back and watch yesterday's reading. I kept talking about clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance. And y'all seen me shuffle and it popped out. So we're continuing on with this. I'm helping your spiritual sight to awaken. Like I just said, fully, okay? So that you can clearly see heavenly love. And most of you that's dealing or associated with people as a friendship, a love, marriage, even in a career or job placement, right? You need to see through spiritual sight of what your spirit is needing you to evolute. A lot of you stay in stuff because you want your physical body, your mindset to evolute in that situation, at that job, in that marriage, with that person. And you got it totally opposite. And I just told you that 5, 10, 20, 29 minutes ago, right? So the clairvoyance, like we talked about yesterday, some of you are needing right now more of this clairvoyance. Okay, you're going through this the spiritual side, because this is also your link to your third eye, I hear. Okay, you need to see things as your future, your wish, and doing things also as for humanity. This is what us as spiritual beings are here for all around the world, is to do things for each other as humanity. But because we are having to deal with the masses and be controlled by government and different entities, such as the masses, okay, doing what the Joneses do, keeping up with the Joneses, like I said, working somewhere longer, almost more half than your life, you haven't even had a chance really to concentrate on your spiritual insight, your spiritual awakening, doing things for humanity, because you're living or did most of your human life giving all the work, thank you angels, giving all the work and service to one company for almost 30-40 years, but putting no service or planting no seeds for yourself and your own spirit for growth and evolution, because you're thinking that the things or the seeds that you're planting in that job or in that career or staying with a certain person, you're thinking that that seed is going to give you that evolution, and it's not. You misconstrued, but it's not your fault. This earth puts you in that sense of misconstrued. That's why you need the spiritual awakening and the spiritual insight, because it still goes back to your spiritual being living a human experience, and the human experience is working for other people, going grocery shopping, getting gas for your car, dealing with friends or making friends, going in and out different relationships, because you have different trials and tribulations and spiritual lessons that you must learn as a spiritual being in a physical body, mating and dating other human beings. That's what you're doing. But some of this is going over a lot of people's head because they don't want to see this. They don't want to see what I'm talking about. At some point in your life, you ain't going to have no choice. Focus intention. And I just told LJ that she's about to focus on a lot of you on a new job. It's time to plant new seeds. That means it's time to leave something, whether the seed grew or not. Okay, if you watered the seed after you planted it, you nurtured it, you gave it sunlight, okay, you put work and service into it, you did all the weeds and everything out of it. Some of you, you pulled up the roots and put it in a new planter's box. Okay, some of you pulled it up and put it on the other side of the garden. You did all that in a relationship, job, and career, in your home, and also dealing with friends and family. If it didn't evolute, the seed didn't grow. So why are you staying in it? You can't force a seed to grow. Either it's going to grow or it's not. Every seed that you get in a pack of flour, of vegetables or something, like, all those seeds don't grow. All of them don't grow. Majority of them do, but not all of them. You can go into Home Depot in the garden section and buy a package of seeds and plant it. All of those seeds in that pack is not going to grow. The same thing with people, places, and things in your life. So it's up to you to see the spiritual insight of when that cycle or whatever it is that is not showing you evolution, that is holding you back. So whatever you're dealing with, if it's worth the rest of your life as a human being to keep giving to it, then all means. Because the universe already showed you signs it's time to cut it off. But because the society says this and you're trained to do this like a robot, okay, I must stay in this, I must focus, I must only have one job on my resume for 50 years. A lot of people, some people don't even get a job. Some people graduate from college or high school, okay, and become instant millionaires. Don't even work for other people. Like I said, it depends on what you and your focus is. If you let people in other situations take you out of focus, then you're going to stay part of the masses. And your focus intention is supposed to be you, first house. And a lot of people may say, well, that's selfish. It's not about being selfish. It's selfish when other people don't allow you to take care of your own self first. So if you don't do that, how are you going to care and nurture for your spouse or your loved one, or even your children? And that's also like the other part of the person as the parent who is not there for your child or children. That's why they're having a lot of the times trials and tribulations, because they helped to plant a seed that they did not nurture and help to grow. They did not water it. They did not help to educate that child. No monetary help, no spiritual healing, comfort, nurturing. Okay? It's the same thing. Even if you feel that that other parent may look better, may be flossing around town, spending money, driving this type of car and everything, when they get their karma, don't worry about it. Because all of that is a show. It's a mask. It's a mask to the lack of their spiritual insight. But you're only seeing it through your regular eyes. You're not seeing it through your spiritual eyes or your spiritual insight, third eye. Okay? Not listening to your intuition, and you're feeling you're not ready, but you are. You've been focusing on something. Okay? All of these cards are in reverse except focus and tension, because it's time to put the work in. Bottom of the deck is the prosperity that's waiting on you. And remember that prosperity is different things in life. It's not just about an abundance of money. The prosperity of good health, of spiritual insight, doing your spiritual evolution. Okay? Keeping your wits about yourself with focus and tension. Taking aim and going after what you want. Listening to your spiritual guides and your intuition. All that is much more better in the long range than just a windfall of money. You may feel that windfall of money is good, but it's here. But you have to focus and have all of these things together as a group and doing it all at the same time in order for the prosperity to stick. It says be open to receiving. But you're not receiving it because you're not listening to your intuition. Or you will be after I feel that a lot of you come release something that you need to release. Because even here, you're scared to leap into the hope and the wish. The hope and the wish is going to be different for everybody. But the same thing for everybody is that sense of freedom. And the sense of freedom is that you're taking a risk. You're taking a risk and you're actually doing something that you want to do as a desire. Now, that actual desire can be finally getting the freedom from a certain person or situation that has been stifling you, not only physically, but spiritually. Because it has or gives you a hard time for you to spiritually evolve when you are stifled in a situation, relationship, living arrangements, job, or career. Because your focus intention is on those people, that person, or that job. That's why you keep feeling you're not ready to take a leap. That's a lot of reason why you can't go after something that you really desire. Let me see. And so for some of you, that actual desire can just be, I just want to feel free emotionally. Because it seems like you keep, whether it's a job or a person or marriage, whatever it is, it seems like you keep emotionally giving to something, thinking that that's your heart's desire. And you keep taking a risk on that certain situation, a job, career, marriage, or person. Okay. But you're about to waver on the focus and tension on it, and you're scared because it can be all that you know. And now that the universe can be that you see through clairvoyance and hearing, and about to see through spiritual insight, that it's time to let it go because you feel it in your gut. You feel it spiritually that it's time to go. And it's telling you that it's time to focus on other things and other people. The unwavering thoughts and feelings is about to become a focus intention. And that can be for a lot of you what you're afraid of. The wealthy man goes with the prosperity over here. Some of you could be dealing or talking to an accountant, a lawyer, somebody who's working with numbers. Also could be real estate is what I hear. It could be IRS. It also could be the government. It also could be some of you are talking to a person at a bank. Or will be. Okay. There you go. Unexpected income. Once you release yourself, and that's why the prosperity in reverse, you will not get the prosperity when you keep yourself in things longer than what you're supposed to. Because it's kind of like you're overstaying your welcome. When your soul spirit tells you it's time to go, it's time to go. And other people in your life and family and friends, your church, your community, okay, your particular religious denomination or whatever may feel different. But at the end of the day, your church does not hold your soul. Not the physical church, it don't. It don't. Only source holds that. You just go to a certain religion or a mosque or an actual church as a physical dwelling. To hear whatever religious denomination word that you hear, but at the end of the day, when you go home, when you're driving home, you're walking your own spiritual path. So it's up to you to keep your focus on your own spiritual path. The physical church or your preacher or your minister, however you want to say it, your chaplain, your pope, whoever, okay? They're not going to be there with you every day to hold your hand to make sure that you're walking the spiritual path right. They give you the word or whatever that word is for you, and they expect or as a sense of guidance. But you're really on your own. Focus attention. The same thing with family members and friends that put these words into your mind when they're conversating with you, giving their little 2 cents about what you should do and what you should not do, what you should spend your money on. Okay? And it's because a lot of times their focus is not correct. And they always see that you're more evoluted than they are, because they're going to stay part of the masses, right? The 100,000. Some of you have been going back and forth or will be going to the bank very soon. Okay, you've been focusing, I guess, maybe on your credit score or focusing on some type of piece of property or home, waiting on information for the loan to be approved before you are able to take this journey or to move out of your state or country. your city, to get away from whoever this thief is. Now, this thief is not only about somebody could be stealing your money. They could be stealing your money from your job because they're shortchanging you. They're shortchanging you because that's not your position anymore. That's why you're getting shortchanged. Because you overstayed your welcome. You're giving them more of a service than what's due to them, and they're taking it from you because you're giving it to them, or you're not paying attention. Okay, and that's why that's called a thief. You're not listening to your intuition. So not listening to your intuition, thieves are very much more acceptable or accessible to you. They're also there to take your heart, to take your emotions, to take your prosperity from you. Because you're giving them your longevity of prosperity, which is you. Which is your desire. Your desire, which is your hope and wish fulfillment, is your prosperity. But you're giving it away to this thief here. Whether it's a job, career, a lover, husband, wife. Also, if it's another parent, okay, sometimes you have to just let that other parent go and let the universe take care of them. Oh, don't think that the universe don't take care of it. It do. It do. And move on your journey. Move out of state. Move on to another city like you had planned to. Why are you still trying to keep, okay, beating a dead horse on trying to make them parent your child or your children? Go on your journey. You're scared to take the risk, thinking that one day that other parent is going to wake up and then all of a sudden, after 22 years, want to start taking care of your child or your children. No, they're not. Go on your journey. Quit letting your emotions about the situation, can be of the person or the other parent that is thieving you and your child or children, all of y'all's prosperity. Get away from it. Because once you release yourself out of that energy, okay, and please don't say you're doing it for the child or the children, because you're not. You're not in the long run. You're not when the universe has more better things for you on your path. Can also be a much more together person as a wealthy man, not only in finances, but able to continue to build on their finances as a person who is hardworking, a person who is hardworking, a person who knows how to build, knows how to stack and save their money as prosperity. Wealthy man when it comes to feelings and emotions, because now they're focused on you. Instead of you having your focus and attention on people or persons in your life that is really considered a thief. Because since you met them or allowed them in your life at one point in time that you did not listen to your intuition, this is why that energy is here. Because you were supposed to keep going. Soon as you keep going or go on this journey, some of you are thinking about traveling. Make sure that you're paying very close attention to your wallet, your purse, your money. Also, make sure you do not overpay for car rental prices right now is what I hear. Okay. Make sure you keep up with your belongings in the airport, on the train. Your valuables also at a hotel is what I hear. Okay. Some of you may be dealing with the Sag, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Pisces. Still have it in your chart. Magnifying glass. Taking a closer look at details. That's what you're doing right now about, like I just said, the people and situations in your life, okay, that are really thieving from you. Whether it's love, intimacy, sex, romance, your heart, your feelings, emotions, your mind. Okay, some of you listen to your intuition. You're allowing this person to, what they say, live free rent in your head. because you keep going back and forth over in your mind about how they took from you. And they could have taken from you, from the money that you gave them, from the time, energy, shelter, clothing, transportation, children. Okay. While they also could have had another person. So they were thieving from you while they were dealing with other people also. That's also a thief. Because they were taken from you emotionally and you did not know it. That's why the universe keeps telling you to move on. Even mentally. Some of you really want to move. If that's your key and solution, do it. The clairvoyance is telling you what to do already. You don't need my reading. I'm just clarification for you. Some type of detail is about to come up too, about who stole some money from a family. Somebody also just stole a car. What the world is going on? Yep, there go the courthouse. Also could be a family inheritance. Make sure you're paying attention to a lawyer. Okay. Somebody also could be getting an inheritance here. I'm going to have to go to the courthouse and file some paperwork. Make sure you're looking at all the details when it comes to information, okay? Because Mercury is about to go retrograde. And yesterday's reading talked a lot about upcoming energy. So if this reading is not resonating to you right now, remember just key things that I'm saying to you. Some of you may have to travel farther away to gain some type of better employment, because where you're at right now is just too much going on. Okay. They could be stealing. It also could be a boss or the entity or of the company itself as a wealthy man. The whole company name as a wealthy man. Also could be government. Okay. They're just doing or getting money off the numbers. Your unexpected income is here. What is this? Because, once you focus on something else, your money can't help but to change. Why? Because it's new, fresh energy. It's something new for you to do. It's a new skill for you to learn. It's something new for you to think about. Right? And when you focused on that with intention, that's also manifestation. Your money is going to change. Some of you may have to travel to get that money. See, there go the work card, just like I just said. You see me pull it. Toll and labor. She's at work. Somebody is getting a lawyer also, I guess maybe after the government for their unemployment money. It seems like the unemployment money is coming. Okay, could be in October. 10 days, 10 weeks, the month of October, or September, 8, 9, 10, 11. So between September, October, and November, expect unexpected income. Money is coming. Okay. Courthouse. Oh, and make sure you're checking your dates and your weeks, because they could shortchange you with the thief and the magnifying glass. The courthouse. Message of concern in reverse. Some of you could be waiting also on a law settlement. Okay, because of the way somebody took from you, or something that they don't want to give out that's due to you. Courthouse, some type of settlement here. It's still some details that needs to be looked at in your settlement right here. So what is this? Show me, what is this? Yeah, great fortune. It's going to be in your favor. You may not be expecting. Some of you may have already gotten a message from your lawyer or from the courthouse. Expect some type of message or a letter from the courthouse. Okay. Listen to your intuition about it. For some of you, it may be next August. Okay. For some of you, it may be 2023. For some of you, 2024. I don't know what type of lawsuit you have. You could be going up against a big company for your money here. Okay. And they're trying to draw it out as the thief. Trying to find and look at every little detail that they can try and get away with. The whip. Somebody is trying to control your movements. I don't know who it is. Or it's either you trying to control your own movements. But somebody also is trying to stop you from leaving. I don't know who that is for. Somebody's trying to stop you from leaving. It also could be saying that they may file some type of civil lawsuit or criminal injustice with the courthouse and the whip and the journey. It also could be your job is with transportation or in some type of warehouse, or you do some type of repetitive work. You also could work at a bank or work with the IRS or with some type of money or in some type of corporate office. Okay. But the whip is here and it's in reverse. So it's like no longer will you have to, that's what I keep telling y'all. No longer, you see the card is in reverse. No longer do you have to keep whipping yourself into shape about this situation, this person, this romance, whatever it is. You don't beat yourself up over and over again. You keep taking a journey or walking a journey with this situation or in that situation, but no more. That's why you may feel that you're not ready to take this journey. Okay. Some of you are still hoping that the person will meet you at the train, meet you on the bus, or come with you to move. But it's not meant for them to come with you. They're only going to continue to take from you. Some of you can't go yet or need to look at some important details because of some legal paperwork. That could be the stipulations of a divorce that's in the paperwork that you may need to look at. Maybe you're not really concerned about it, but maybe you need to read it again. Okay. Some of you, or if you aren't getting divorced, I do see the settlement or money or alimony is coming towards you. They may have some type of lawyer. Okay. You may have to pay out a little money for this lawyer, but they're going to get you your alimony or your settlement. All right. Because your spouse, lover, it also could be a landlord, somebody. Okay. This also could be an eviction, but if you're getting evicted, you will have great fortune in the long run because you're not supposed to be there anymore. You keep getting beat up over the amount of rent or the money that you have to keep paying to this landlord for this piece of property. Some of you may even think about taking this landlord to court, and that can be your unexpected money. Some of you may also have to buy another car or buy a car for transportation because your car is just done had its last, okay? Or you're about to put some money into your car to like soup it up or get it running again, or that's something you just did. Make sure that you find out or research a little bit more about the mechanic that you choose. So now we have Pisces here, which is fluidity. What the world is fluidity? I don't know. They made me say fluidity. I don't know what that is. What is fluidity? I was finna say something else. I don't know why I said fluidity. But Pisces is also prosperity, or the fish is abundance. Okay? So it's time for you to move forward. However that means for you. In this, the change almost fell on the floor. It's time for your change. Another vehicle here. Okay? It's time for you. Some of you may have to go a little further out for this job, or you're about to travel somewhere. And that is going to be your new journey as a new stepping stone. Baby steps. Don't be afraid to take this journey to that job, to move to another state or city, to move on your own, to leave this relationship in or marriage. I feel that you're not really concerned about it as much as you overthinking that you are, because it's time anyway. The whip is in reverse. It's just time to go. That's just part of life. Cycles does end, and you have to begin another cycle. I don't care what it is. Everything in life is a cycle. It's a death and rebirth. Everything that Source has created is a death and rebirth. Even the galaxies, right? When a new star is born, or when it gets too big, the star explodes. And what does it do? It blows or explodes into a whole new galaxy. I think we got trillions or trillions and trillions, or I don't even know the word past trillion, okay, of different galaxies in our universe. And all was created off of a star. Stars sometimes explode and turns into planets. Everything is a death and rebirth. The 12th house again, Pisces, an ending. Yes, some of you will experience a loss, because that part of your life is very overwhelming, but you're going to yield to a greater cause or power. I keep saying this, but then they give me the cards, right? This is the area of your life that is overwhelming. You yield to a greater cause or power. That's where your great fortune is going to come in. That's the unexpected income. You're going to yield into it. Yes, you're still going to have to put some work into it, but you're going to yield into it because you're focusing now on something else. That's what you're yielding into. You got to take this leap of faith. Some of you also will be finding out that you got some frenemies. You're going to be losing some friends, gaining some new, or if you don't want any, that's good too. Leo, okay? You're still working on your health right now. The overindulgence in those vices. And the vices also could be overworking yourself. Okay, the whip in reverse. It's time to stop doing that. Work smarter, not harder. It's time for a change. Some of you are really wanting to change your vehicle, or just bought a car, or will be get unexpected money to put down on a car. That's here too. Can be something kind of fancy with Leo here. Okay. You're wanting to feel flamboyant on the outside just as on the inside. Quit dressing yourself up trying to look beautiful and handsome and all this stuff, but you feel like shit on the inside. And it's because you're overwhelming yourself in something that it's time for you to get out of. Okay? You're spiritually hurting. And this is why they're trying to clear your energy. You gotta let that ego go. Okay? For some of you that is holding on to ego about how much money you were making at that job and everything like that, your prosperity is bigger than that amount of paycheck that you're getting at that job. You're losing your spiritual sight because of the amount of money on your paycheck. Because this road of great fortune is bigger than that paycheck that you're getting. Because it's starting with your evolution, your spiritual evolution, right? Things are happening behind the scenes, which is that while you're separating from that person, that is the universe doing that on purpose, because it's change here. Some of you may be too dramatic and proud to leave this relationship or relationship because you're trying to prove something to the family or something like that. Stop all of that and do what is meant for you. Cancer, the home, and the moon. Get out your feelings. You're making it emotional Because yes, it may be about family and home, but it's also about your sense of stability, not just physically and about home, but mentally and spiritually. Some of you really traveling or going to look at property, okay? A new place to stay. This really is about somebody is getting rid of an old car and it's about to buy a new one. With this unexpected money coming, you're going to have money for a deposit. All right, I'm just going to, let me put a door down and we're going to end it, okay? I didn't mean to be on here an hour. I think we had this before, and it's destiny in reverse. One door closes, another door for you. I'm sorry, I don't got my glasses on. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. I just told you that. The 12th house of Pisces is things that's happening behind the scenes that the universe is doing, trying to separate you out of this house, this car, this job, this marriage, this living arrangement. But your ego may still be trying to hold on to it. Also could be your association to the company, to the family, to the neighborhood, you know, nostalgic about leaving that neighborhood, that house, whatever it is. But you're changing because you have to do it for your future. But you're more concentrated on what's going on right now than your destiny. Okay? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.